My name is Vivian. I'm 74 years old. I've been sitting here for about an hour trying to figure out how to start this. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't easy for me. It's not something I talk about. It's not something I'm proud of. But I'm old enough now to know that pride doesn't help anybody. And if me sitting here telling you the worst mistake of my life can save even one person from the same regret I carry, then it's worth it. It's worth every uncomfortable minute. So here it is. The truth I wish someone had told me 40 years ago. I was married to my husband, James, for 43 years. 43 years. Some of you haven't even been alive that long. That's a whole lifetime of waking up next to the same person, eating breakfast across from the same face, building something together, day after day, year after year. And if you had asked me at any point during those 43 years if I had a good marriage, I would have said yes, without hesitation. I would have been proud to say it. We were the couple people looked at in church and thought, that's what it's supposed to look like. We raised 3 children. We paid off our house. End quote. We never separated. Never even came close. We did everything right, at least that's what I thought. James passed away 2 years ago. A stroke took him down, and then a series of smaller strokes took him away from me piece by piece over 5 months. 5 months of watching the strongest man I knew become someone who couldn't feed himself, couldn't speak clearly, couldn't get out of bed without help. I was there every single day. I bathed him, I fed him, I prayed over him. I held his hand through the long nights when neither of us could sleep. And one night, toward the end, when he could barely get words out anymore, he looked at me with those tired eyes and said something I will never forget, something I will carry with me until the day I die and meet him again. He said, I just wanted more of you, Viv. That's all. 7 words. And then he closed his eyes, exhausted from the effort. I didn't understand. I sat there in that hospital chair, holding his hand, and I felt confusion, then frustration, then something close to anger. More of me? What was he talking about? I gave that man everything. 43 years of my life. I raised his children. I kept his home. I supported his dreams. I stayed faithful when other women I knew were stepping out. I held our family together through recessions and layoffs and teenage rebellion and all the things that break other couples apart. I was there. I was always there. But that wasn't what he meant. And it took me losing him completely to understand what he was trying to tell me. See, I thought being a good wife meant being strong, being dependable, being the one who holds everything together when things get hard. And I was that. Lord knows I was that. But somewhere along the way, I forgot to be soft. I forgot to be present. I forgot that marriage isn't just about staying. It's about showing up, really showing up, not just physically, emotionally, intentionally, with your whole heart, not just your sense of duty. I didn't show up for James, not in the ways that mattered most to him. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean, because I need you to understand this. I need you to see yourself in my story, so you don't end up where I am. James was a simple man. He didn't ask for much. He wasn't the type to make demands or throw tantrums or insist on things. That wasn't his way. He was quiet, steady, the kind of man who showed love through actions, not words. But he did ask for things, small things, things that seemed so insignificant at the time that I barely registered them. He wanted to take me to South Carolina. His grandfather had owned land down there, 40 acres that had been in the family since Reconstruction. James grew up hearing stories about that land, about his great-grandfather working it with his bare hands, about family reunions under the oak trees, about where he came from. The land got sold off before James was old enough to do anything about it, but he knew where it was. He'd looked it up. He wanted to drive down there, find the property, walk the soil his ancestors had worked, and he wanted me there with him. He brought it up for the first time, maybe 15 years into our marriage. The kids were getting older. We had a little more breathing room. He said, "Viv, let's take a trip, just us, down to South Carolina. I want to show you where my people came from." And I said no. I don't even remember why. Something about the kids, something about money, something about it not being the right time. He brought it up again a few years later, and I had another reason. Then again, and another reason. Work was busy. Church needed me for the women's retreat. My sister was sick. There was always something. And eventually, he stopped asking. We never went. 43 years of marriage. And I never walked that land with him. I never saw the place that meant so much to his family. I never gave him that. He also wanted to teach me dominoes. Now, that might sound silly to you, a game, but dominoes was James's thing. Him and his brother would play for hours. Him and his buddies from work. It was how he connected with people, how he relaxed, how he felt like himself, and he wanted to share that with me. He asked me more than once, "Viv, sit down. Let me teach you. It's not hard." And I always had something better to do. I was cooking. I was cleaning. I was on the phone with someone from church. I was tired. I didn't have time to sit around playing games. I was a grown woman with responsibilities. That's what I told myself. That's how I justified it. But the truth is, I just didn't make him a priority. His interests weren't my interests, so I dismissed them. I didn't think about what it would have meant to him for me to sit at that table, to learn his game, to be part of his world. I was too busy running my own. And here's the one that hurts the most. James used to ask me to sit on the porch with him in the evenings. That's all. Just sit. Watch the street. Talk about nothing. Be together. And today, when we were young, we did that all the time. Before kids, before the house, before life got so heavy, we'd sit outside and talk for hours about our dreams, about our fears, about the life we were going to build. Somewhere along the way, that stopped. I got busy. The kids needed things. The church needed things. My job needed things. Everybody needed something from Vivian. And James, who never demanded anything, just quietly waited. He'd go sit on that porch alone, hoping maybe tonight would be the night I'd join him. Most nights, I didn't. I'd wave at him through the window, tell him I'd be out in a minute, and then a minute turned into an hour, and then it was time for bed, and another evening passed with him out there alone. I told myself it didn't matter. He was fine. He had his porch time. I had my tasks, and we'd catch up later, but later never came. It never does. What I didn't understand, what I couldn't see, was that those small moments were the whole thing. Those little asks weren't interruptions to our marriage. They were the marriage. They were James trying to stay connected to me, trying to keep us close, trying to build something that went deeper than just sharing a house and a last name. And I treated them like inconveniences. The worst part is, I wasn't trying to hurt him. I loved James. I really did. I just thought love meant something different than it does. I thought love meant staying, being faithful, being reliable, holding things together. And yes, those things matter, but they're not enough. They're the bare minimum. They're the floor, not the ceiling. Real love is in the choosing. The small, daily, ordinary choosing of another person. It's putting down your phone when they're talking to you. It's saying yes to the trip even when you're tired. It's sitting on the porch even when you have dishes to do. It's making them feel like they matter, not because you're obligated to, but because you want to. I didn't do that for James, and now I have to live with it. After he passed, I was going through his things, cleaning out the closet, folding his clothes, smelling his shirts, crying into his sweaters like a fool. And in the back, behind his winter coats, I found a box, old shoebox, dusty. I almost threw it out, but something made me open it. Inside were cards, birthday cards, anniversary cards, Valentine's cards, still in the plastic, never given to me, 6 or 7 of them. Some of them dated back 15 years. He'd bought them, written in a few, but never gave them to me. I don't know why. Maybe he didn't think I'd care. Maybe he felt foolish. Maybe he'd started to feel like I was too busy to receive something that sentimental. Whatever the reason, he kept them in a box, hidden away, like his feelings were something to be ashamed of. And underneath the cards, there was a piece of paper, folded, yellow with age, his handwriting. It was a letter, or maybe just notes to himself, dated about 10 years before he died. He wrote about sitting in the living room at night and feeling invisible, about watching me rush around taking care of everybody except him, about missing the woman he married, the woman who used to sit with him, laugh with him, look at him like he was something special. He wrote about wanting to talk to me but not knowing how to reach me anymore, about feeling like a stranger in his own house. And then at the bottom he wrote this: I know she loves me. I just wish I could feel it. I can't describe what reading that did to me. I sat on that closet floor and I cried until I couldn't breathe. 43 years. He was right there, every single night, sleeping next to me, and he felt invisible. I made my husband feel invisible in his own home, not with cruelty, not with meanness, with neglect, with busyness, with all the ways I convinced myself that being reliable was the same as being loving. It's not. It's not the same at all. You want to know the saddest part? If he had yelled at me, if he had demanded things, made a scene, forced the issue, I probably would have listened. I probably would have changed something. But James wasn't that kind of man. He was gentle. He was patient. He assumed I knew how he felt. He didn't want to be a burden, so he just got quieter. Year after year, he withdrew into himself. And I told myself that's just how he was. That's just what happens in long marriages. You settle in, the passion fades. You become comfortable, but comfortable isn't the same as connected. And I didn't know the difference until it was too late. So now I'm talking to you. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever kind of relationship you're in, I want you to hear me clearly. The biggest threat to your relationship is not cheating. It's not fighting. It's not some dramatic explosion that tears everything apart. It's indifference. It's assumption. It's taking each other for granted. It's all the times you say not now instead of yes. All the times you're in the same room but not really there. All the times you choose your phone over their face, your tasks over their presence, your busyness over their heart. That's what kills love. Not a bullet, a slow bleed. I want you to ask yourself some questions, and I want you to be honest. Don't give me the answer that makes you feel good. Give me the true answer. When was the last time you really looked at your person? Not glanced, looked, saw them, noticed them, paid attention to who they are right now, not who they were when you fell in love. When was the last time you asked them about their dreams, their fears, the things that keep them up at night? When was the last time you did something just because it mattered to them? Not because you had to, not because it was a birthday or an anniversary, just because. When was the last time you put everything down and gave them your full attention? If you can't remember, you're making my mistake, and you're running out of time. I don't say that to scare you. I say it because it's the truth. Your person is not going to be here forever. Neither are you. One of you is going to go first. And when that day comes, you don't get a do-over. You don't get to take the trip you kept postponing. You don't get to have the conversation you kept avoiding. You don't get to say the things you assumed they already knew. It's just done. The book closes, and you live with whatever story you wrote. I had 43 years with James, and I wasted so much of it being busy instead of being present, being strong instead of being soft, being reliable instead of being intentional. I thought I was doing everything right, but I was missing the whole point. James didn't need me to be perfect. He didn't need me to hold the whole world together. He just needed me to see him, to choose him, to sit on the porch with him and let everything else wait. That's all he wanted. And I couldn't give it to him. Don't make my mistake. Please, if you love someone, if you share your life with someone, don't wait for the perfect moment to show them they matter. Don't assume they know how you feel. Don't let busyness become a wall between you. Put your phone down. Turn off the TV. Let the dishes sit. Look at them. Ask them questions. Listen to their answers. Do the things they've been asking you to do, even if they seem small or silly or unimportant to you. They're not asking because the thing matters. They're asking because being with you while doing the thing matters. That's what I didn't understand. James didn't really care about dominoes. He cared about sitting across from me. He didn't really care about South Carolina. He cared about sharing something meaningful with me. He didn't really care about the porch. He cared about me. He just wanted more of me, and I was too busy to give it to him. I have a picture of James on my nightstand. Our wedding day, 1981. He's wearing this brown suit that he thought was so sharp. Got the biggest smile on his face, looking at me like I hung the moon. And I think about that man. So full of hope, so full of love, so sure that we were going to have this beautiful life together. Then I think about the man he became. Still kind, still good, but quieter, lonelier, with a sadness behind his eyes that I didn't let myself see, because seeing it would have meant admitting I put it there. I failed him, not in any way the world would recognize. I didn't cheat. I didn't leave. I didn't do anything that would make the news. I just neglected him, slowly, quietly, one small choice at a time. And now he's gone, and I'm still here, sitting with this weight that never goes away. So, I'm giving you what I can't give him anymore. I'm giving you this warning. Your person is still here, right now, still breathing, still hoping, maybe still waiting for you to see them the way you used to. Don't waste that. Don't let another evening pass without sitting with them. Don't let another year go by without taking that trip. Don't let another day end without telling them what they mean to you, because you will blink and 40 years will pass, and you'll be sitting where I'm sitting, wishing you could go back. You can't go back, but you can go forward differently. Love your person. Love them out loud. Love them in the small ways that feel insignificant but are actually everything. Sit on the porch. Take the trip. Learn the game. Put the phone down. Listen longer than feels necessary. Choose them. Every single day. Not because you have to, because you still can. I can't choose James anymore. That's my cross to carry. But you still have a choice. You still have time. Don't waste it the way I wasted mine. If this message meant something to you, I'd be grateful if you'd subscribe to this channel. We share real stories from real people, lessons learned the hard way, so maybe you don't have to learn them the same way. Leave a comment if this touched something in you. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you've got a story of your own, something life has taught you, there's a link in the description. Tell us about it. Maybe your words will reach exactly the right person at exactly the right time. Thank you for sitting with me through this. It wasn't easy to say, but I hope it was worth hearing. Now go love your people while you still can.